I am right now in Sarajevo, Bosnia, the place that is often seen as the Jerusalem of Europe, where multiple religions and cultures have lived side by side for centuries, creating one of the most unique cities in the Balkans. And I'm right now enjoying a beautiful view of the city hall. We can also see the mountains at the other side and some angry drivers. But we are right now on the way to one of the oldest parts of the city to explore the Old Town. Alright, we are in the Old Town. I just passed a street where there were a lot of restaurants and it was smelling so good. Straight away hungry. But yeah, this is actually my second time recording this video. I arrived here like 3 days ago, started recording back then straight away. But unfortunately, I erased all the footage by mistake. So yeah, I was supposed to leave the city yesterday to continue the trip to another city or to Montenegro. But I had to rebook everything to stay here a couple days longer to make this vlog. So if you like it, make sure to leave a like. We are right now at the old Ottoman bazaar, which is called the bazaar. And I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but I think it's supposed to mean the main marketplace in Turkish. And people often call it the pigeon square because there are a lot of pigeons. Over here we also have the stabilj, which is this wooden fountain. It's supposed to be the symbol of Sarajevo. And local stories say that if you drink from the water, you will be back one day. And I think we're gonna find out because I have a bottle to fill up. I also read that there is supposed to be another one in Istanbul, Turkey, which shows the Ottoman connection between the two cities. And it also makes me curious because this morning I have been planning my whole trip, at least for the next couple of months. And I'm supposed to be in Turkey, Istanbul, somewhere in the next 3 weeks, right after my Balkan trip. So who knows, maybe we will see that one right there. The old streets over here also really remind me of the Medinas in Morocco. And I don't mean it like looks-wise, because of course it looks completely different. But just the whole idea of walking around in really old streets with a lot of marketplaces and food stands all around. I don't know, it just has a special vibe. Definitely something you don't see everywhere in every city or country. There are also really nice bookstores everywhere. And I do like reading books. I was actually planning to buy a book for myself. I don't know if they have any English books over here. I actually read a couple of these books from Thomas Erickson. Hi. Do you also have English books?
Yes, this part here.
This, okay, thank you. Not really what I'm looking for. They don't have much English books. And I don't really like the fictional stories. I don't know, it's just not really a thing for me. Maybe I should give it a try. I never read like a fictional book. Hello? Hi, do you have stickers? Perfect. Okay, amazing, thank you. How much is one of those? 2 mark. Okay. Okay, we straight away got lucky with a beautiful sticker. If you haven't seen the previous vlogs, I'm basically looking everywhere for stickers because I'm traveling around working from my laptop and I like to just fill out the whole laptop with stickers from places from all around the world. And in the past couple of places, we didn't really get lucky. I have been walking from like the souvenir shop to the souvenir shop to another one, and it kept going. And the ones that I found were really boring. Like the standard stickers with a flag, nothing special. But this one is beautiful. From Sarajevo with a beautiful sunset. That's great. I was also planning to go to the Yellow Fortress in Sarajevo for the sunset. I hope tonight will be a good time to go because it's quite cloudy right now. And right now we are walking past, I think, some Roman stuff over here. This wasn't planned, but it looks pretty cool. Okay, so I did some research and apparently this is the Tashihan, which was built in the 16th century by the Ottomans. It was used for merchants to sleep, store their goods and take some rest while traveling across the empire. Apparently it caught fire in the 19th century and it got completely destroyed and never rebuilt after that. So yeah, we were just off by 1500 years. It's not that bad. We are still learning every single day. I'm on the way to the hostel to charge up, and to get to the hostel I need to get over the Latin Bridge. And even though the bridge itself doesn't look like much, it is tied to one of the biggest events in history, because this corner right here changed the whole 20th century. This is the place where Franz Ferdinand got assassinated in 1914, which started the First World War. It supposedly happened because his driver took a wrong turn and ended up right in front of the shooter. One small mistake changed the whole world history. On this corner we can also see a whole group of people in front of this car. And I think this car is the car where Franz Ferdinand was driven in right before the assassination. Now, right before I arrived here in Bosnia, I listened to a podcast to learn a little bit more about the history and everything. And I don't know if this is true, but from what I heard, the driver took the wrong turn. He was supposed to drive the car back to the main road, but the car was not able to be put into reverse. So they had to jump out and push the car back. And earlier that day, there was a first attempt on the assassination, which failed. So supposedly the shooter was sitting at a coffee shop, just having his coffee and chilling. And all of a sudden Franz Ferdinand ended up right in front of him. So he took his shot and killed him right there. All just because of a stupid accident. And that accident changed the whole world history. Travel doesn't always go the way you planned. Somewhere along the way, I managed to delete almost all the footage from my first days in Sarajevo. It was frustrating, but I guess that's part of the journey. Not every memory ends up on camera, and that's okay. Moments like these remind me why I started the journey in the first place. Not to create perfect videos, but to collect real experiences and discover more of this amazing world. So I'll leave you with one final view over Sarajevo. If you'd like to join me on this mission to visit every single country in the world, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.